Angela Merkel's top industry is under pressure after the German Environment Ministry to meet EU limits urged the nation's manufacturers to meet much higher car CO2 emissions reduction targets by 2030. Environment bosses are calling for a 50% cut rather than a 30% reduction proposed by the EU Commission by 2030, and a 25% cut by 2025 rather than the bloc's 15%, according to papers seen by news site Politico.co.uk. The website said, even with this level of ambition, achieving the targets will only be possible with a very ambitious package of measures. Miriam Dalli, from the group of the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament, said the regulations would cause huge job losses in Germany. Getty. Germany's car industry faces a crisis. Meanwhile, a shock report by German trade union IG Metall said around 1 in 3 of the people who are employed to build motors and powertrains would lose their jobs if electric vehicles accounted for 40% of the market in 2030. Germany's car industry is already under pressure after U.S. President Donald Trump sparked a trade war when he slapped 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum in a raft of sanctions. Mrs. Merkel's nation exports hundreds of thousands of cars to the U.S. each year. The news comes after it emerged the EU had advised European governments to avoid using UK parts in vehicles for export ahead of Brexit. Getty. Germany is on the brink of a crippling car industry. Even with this level of ambition, achieving the targets will only be possible with a very ambitious package of measures. The Dutch government has advised all its national businesses that if a large part of your product consists of parts from the UK, domestic exporters may lose free trade access under existing deals. The advice says, Brexit will have consequences for exports outside the EU. After Brexit, parts made in the UK no longer count towards this minimum production in the European Union, this in reference to rules of origin and local content under international trade rules.